just a thought. So I was thinking about limiting beliefs, and a lot of the times limiting beliefs, the way that we perceive them, is that they're stopping us from accomplishing what we want to accomplish, right? So like, let's say I want to be this person that creates a worldwide movement to inspire men and women and people to find their strengths through getting rid of their limiting beliefs, right? Through becoming more self-aware. And in order to do that, I have to do certain things, right? So if I had certain limiting beliefs, maybe I wouldn't take those actions because I was too afraid about doing that. But then there's another form of limiting belief, and it's not really limiting belief. It's more it more has to do with the way that we perceive ourselves and being on a constant defense. And I don't know if I would call that a limiting belief, because it is a belief at its core, but it's not necessarily conscious. So I'm going to give you an example for myself specifically, right? So I'm naturally a brave person who does things and who can just jump into something without really worrying about it. So when I talk about limiting beliefs, they didn't affect me in that way where it was like, oh, I'm not going to do that, or I'm not going to do that. For myself personally, at least the way that I perceive it, the limiting beliefs were more in a core level, right? It was more a core way that I perceived myself, and the way that it showed itself was through being defensive, right? Because I think when we need to create a level of coverage, something to protect ourselves inside, because we really are telling ourselves that we are not successful, or that we are, or that we are failures, or that I could just tell you for myself that I am not enough. We end up creating this facade / ego on the outside in order to protect that vulnerable area of ours, right? And a lot of people do this. So what ends up happening with that is that it prevents an individual from seeing, right, where they're lacking in their life. That means that it's on such a core, such a root level, those limiting beliefs, that they don't come off as I can't do that. They come off as I can do that, I can do that, I don't need your help, I can do that, I can do that. And what ends up happening is those things are false, because we are imperfect. And because we're imperfect, we need to understand that and to be okay with that. But as soon as those limiting beliefs are dealt with, those inside voices are dealt with, the second that we rewrite the way that we perceive ourselves, then you start to become more aware. And that's where the growth starts to happen, because you start being aware that, hey, wait a second here, I can improve on this. I can improve on my organization. I can improve on my scheduling. I can improve on my time management. And those are sensitive areas that beforehand I probably would not have, I didn't deal with. I'll just say it's something that I didn't deal with for a long time. Why? Because I didn't even allow myself to see it. Because those internal, those core beliefs that I had about myself did not allow me to open up my eyes and to be aware enough to be able to say, hey, let's change that. So those are two different types of ways that limiting beliefs express themselves in people. This is just my opinion. Once again, number one, in ways of saying consciously, I can't do that, I can't do that. And then there's an even deeper level that you create this facade that you don't even want to hear any sort of feedback because it's just too much. Thanks for listening, guys. Josh, and have a good one. Bye. Oh yeah. Subscribe to my YouTube channel if you see this, and like my Facebook page, and go check out my podcast. I have a podcast called Single Parents Succeed. We interview single parents from all over the world, entrepreneurs, people making impact, really cool stuff. Thank you. Love you guys. Have a good one.